Welcome to This Week at Four Horsemen. I am a beautiful young alien lass on the run from the law. I am Rylu, and this is...
Ruby Ron!
I was going to say you're Ron Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg.
I could definitely do that. Remember that plastic thing you had on his head?
Yeah,
so cool.
You're no Gary Oldman, that's for sure.
No.
So, what is This Week at Four Horsemen?
This Week at Four Horsemen is our weekly show about current events, sales, and promotions going on here in the shop.
All right. And we're going to start off this episode like we do every episode with a giveaway.
Awesome.
And last week's giveaway went over so well, and there's so much hype for Commander 2017.
That's going to be big.
We're going to give away another deck.
Great.
So all you have to do to win is, after this intro bit, when you hear us say the word Commander,
not that one,
call the store 304-581-4461 and tell Aaron who your favorite general is.
Nice.
And you will win a new EDH deck. So, next time we say that word.
Yes.
All right. Moving on. New comics.
What do we got in comics this week?
We have a reboot or a retelling of a common story that I'm kind of excited for. It is Hercules, Wrath of the Heavens #1. It's the retelling of the quests of Hercules in a sci-fi setting. And does that cover look cool?
That looks really nice.
Too powerful for Olympus. Like, it's pretty awesome.
It reminds me of...
It's no lion skin, but...
No, but to me it looks like a boxer that's going into the...
Oh, yeah, he's going in the ring.
Yeah,
that's for sure. All right, moving on.
We also have Future Quest Showcase #1, and this is another crossover. We have Space Ghost teams up with Herculoids. I was just talking about Herculoids with one of the original founders of Four Horsemen this past weekend. Loved Herculoids as a kid.
I'm sure that conversation was stimulating.
It was great.
I saw Herculoids as a child and went, this is what they used to pass off as cartoons. Moving on to Pillars of the Past, we have Ultimates 2 #1. Are you a fan of the Ultimates continuity? I haven't really delved deep into it at all.
Not really. Not
okay.
even scratch the surface.
Well, it is certainly one of the more recognized continuities among the Marvel Universe, and it's coming back for Ultimates 2, and this is the first issue. It's double-sized.
Nice.
Which I'm sure Ultimate fans will love.
Cool. And something near and dear to my heart, we've got Generations Wolverine and All New Wolverine #1. Logan and Laura are teaming up in this book.
So this is a crossover of the Generations Wolverine story with the All New Wolverine story, and we're going to have 2 Wolverines for the price of one.
You can't have enough Wolverines ever.
We'll see. I'm skeptical. He's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
But I'm skeptical. We'll see.
All right. What else we got?
We also have the newest issue of the main line of Star Wars 34. Wait, what is
going on? Is that a TIE fighter?
That is Lando. He appears to be jumping out of a window.
It looks like out of a building.
Yeah, that's Coruscant.
That's awesome.
You remember in Attack of the Clones when Anakin leapt out of the speeder?
Yeah.
Apparently Lando and Sana are doing the same thing.
It's not going to end nearly as well.
I guess you'll just have to read to find out. Well, obviously Lando lives.
Oh yeah,
because this all takes place
before
a
TIE
Jedi
fighter shooting at him. Maybe the Lando we know is a clone. Maybe he dies.
Are you aware that the TIE fighters shoot accurately?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh. I have a tangent, but perhaps we'll save it for this week in Star Wars.
Okay. That's coming up.
Yeah. Moving on to the Four Horsemen Versus series. Last week, earth-shattering results.
What happened?
Steve Rogers, Captain America, won by 1 vote.
What?
So
he beat Magneto.
Magneto won on Facebook.
Yeah.
Magneto won on Instagram.
Thank you, Facebook.
On Instagram.
Did Twitter betrayed us again?
Captain America won by a 70% portion on Twitter, which put him over the top of Magneto by 1 vote.
Twitter, we're gonna have words. What are you doing?
I told you, I think in a straight fight, Magneto wins. But Captain America is such a revered character that the people may vote for him. I mean, he's the people's superhero. He's the scrawny kid from Brooklyn who got powers out of nowhere. Well, human strength.
Yeah. There's no way he could beat Magneto. ever.
Oh, well,
I'm not
he
buying it.
did. Okay, well.
Do I get a veto at any point in this?
No.
No?
This is my brainchild.
Ah.
And if I didn't veto when Kratos beat Palpatine,
yeah.
like, I was fuming. I almost ended the whole thing right there.
Kratos. All right, so what's this week's disappointment going to be?
The rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which Alex is fond of referencing, versus Wonder Woman. Now, I was a little skeptical. Do you think that graphic is a little too violent for our family-friendly show? I was skeptical that I could use that.
Well, Wonder Woman is pretty.
All right. So,
sorry. What else is in that picture? I wasn't paying attention.
That rabbit's been on a tear recently.
Oh. What was it tearing?
Well, last round it tore apart a bunch of ints.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Turned them all into firewood.
Yes.
So, do you think Wonder Woman has the power?
Wonder Woman is basically a god.
She's a demigod.
This rabbit, it's pretty brutal rabbit.
I don't know. I'm gonna send my hope to Wonder Woman.
You know what?
She can tear this rabbit down.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna write down what I think.
Okay.
So Twitter can't betray me just by going against what I say.
Okay.
And I'm gonna leave this lay here until next week.
Okay. Write it down.
All right.
Write it down. Don't let me see it either, because the Twitter goes in my head.
All right.
All right. Just put it back
here
on
it is.
the table.
Taping this to the table.
All right.
That is for next week.
We'll find out what happens. Because that's going to be right there.
Right there.
All right. Moving on.
All right.
We have our weekly events. This is going to be a brief overview of the events that we host every week here at Four Horsemen. If you'd like any more information on these, go to our Facebook page and click on the events tab.
Full calendar as always, starting off with D&D encounters at 6.
Yeah, and that's on Wednesdays.
Yep.
As well as Modern at 6:30 and HeroClix at 6:45.
Yep. And Thursday we have Commando Night flights from 5 to close, and X-Wing flights.
X-Wing flights from 6 to close as well. And then on Friday, we have our Chaos Draft at 6 and Modern at 6:30.
Friday Night Pokemon at 6:30, which you can see on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
Yeah, they are streaming this week. And then on Saturday, we have the Pokemon League at noon, Standard Showdown at 5, and on Sunday, we have a new sponsored Commander Day, which is from 12 to close, and Dice Masters at 2, which we'll be streaming on all of our channels.
Very good.
All right, moving on. The Sealed League, sadly, is coming to a close.
I need to get more games in.
I do too.
How many are you up to?
More than you.
No, he's not.
So
come play me.
Match slips are due by 8 p.m. this Thursday. If you can't make it in Thursday night, turn them in before. I will be awarding prizes around 8:30, and to be eligible for prizes, you must have turned in a match slip. You don't have to be present to win.
Correct.
But you will have had to turn in a match slip, so please do that soon.
Yep. Also, we have some Final Fantasy TCG demos Saturday from 12 to 3. Come out and learn how to play. New game.
Yeah, some people have been really excited about the game, and they're itching to get more people into it.
Yep.
So if you're curious, you don't have to have your own cards. Just come in and try it out.
Yep.
And on Sunday, we have X-Wing.
X-Wing, come fly.
Yes, it's at noon. $5 entry, and it's 100 points.
100-point list.
100-point lists.
Yep.
How much is a X-Wing worth?
Oh, don't ask me that question. It's priceless.
How much is a TIE Fighter worth?
Also priceless.
How much is the Falcon worth?
I want to say a TIE Fighter is like 30 points. No, it's like 15 points because you can get like 6 of them.
So if I had...
You can have like a whole swarm of them.
But 100 isn't divisible by 15.
Well, you have some points left over. You can do upgrades. You can put shields. I don't know. You can't put shields.
TIE fighters don't have shields.
No shields, but you can put like.
That's the whole thing about TIE fighters is they sacrifice defense for speed.
Right. Yeah. Right.
All right. Anyways, moving on.
But we digress.
Yes. This Saturday we have a magic event, our Modern Cash Grinder. It's this Saturday at noon. $20 to play, cash prizes, and it is a great chance to play test for the Four Horsemen Eternal Festival.
Yeah. Speaking of Eternal Festival, I've seen Donnie like hanging out front a lot. Do you know what that's all about?
No, I have seen him camping in front of the store.
I tripped over like 30 Coke bottles.
Yeah, so him drinking all that Coke is starting to make me wonder, where exactly is he using the bathroom at night?
Oh man, I don't know.
Do you think the Four Horsemen drone picked up any footage?
Alex, call up that drone footage. That beautiful drone footage. Why? Why do we let him?
I think we need to put some alcohol in the lens of that drone. It's seen some terrible, terrible things.
That poor drone. That poor plant. No wonder the plants are all brown out there now.
Moving on. So the Four Horsemen Eternal Festival is next week, and there's a gross amount of details to go over, which we will do. Gross is like, never mind. Which we'll give you a lot more on that next week, as we have on previous episodes. But the two things we want to cover this week is that the playmat is ready to be premiered.
Have you seen the playmat?
I have seen the playmat. Can we go ahead and bring that up, Mr. Alex?
Holy cow!
We have a wonderful local artist who did that. Can you tell us the name of said artist?
That would be Lorraine. Lorraine, I think
Lorraine Bain?
No, not Lorraine.
I hear
Bain.
Biff likes her.
We need to make Lorraine like the official Four Horsemen artist.
Perhaps, I don't think. I think she's so good, we don't want to tie her down.
That's true.
Anyways, this playmat will be available to the top 4 competitors from the Team Eternal Championships on Saturday, the 26th. Also be available to the top 8 competitors of the Legacy Championships on Sunday, the 27th. And like I said, all the details for both of those events are on Facebook on the Eternal Festival event page. And you can also tune in next week, where we will go over the gross amount of details once again. But also, pre-reg is up. We're keeping it simple. If you'd like to pre-register for any of the events during Eternal Festival, call or message the store through any of our social media. We will put your name on a list, and then you will pay when you come in that morning. Entry for the Team Eternal event is $40 per player at the door, but if your name's on the list, you will only pay $35.
Yep. It's a good deal.
Keeping it simple.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Commander 2017 release weekend is also Eternal Festival weekend. So
a lot of stuff going on.
We're going to have people in the store all week and playing with those new Commander decks. Commander 2017 pre-orders are up. The prices are as follows. If you can order 1 deck for $34.99, 2 decks for $64.99, 3 decks for $94.99, or you can get the full set for just
$124.99.
Yeah, that's $15 savings if you want to get the entire set. Pre-orders do close at 9 p.m. on August the 24th.
Right.
So if you want any of those, you have to get your order in before then.
Right.
We also have an exclusive package. It's the Commander 2017 Ultimate Fan Pack.
I like this. I like this a lot.
You can get all 4 decks, 4 packs of Dragon Shield sleeves, as well as 4 Ultimate Guard deck boxes for $210.
It's a great deal.
Yeah, it's like $40-ish worth of savings.
That's awesome. And you get, you can protect all of your stuff.
Yes, we need a little more time to make sure we get all that stuff ordered, so that does close at 9 p.m. on the 19th.
Yep.
We do have some awesome Commander 2017 promotions going on during the Eternal Festival weekend. We're going to give away an entire set of Commander 2017 on Sunday at close. That's Sunday the 27th. And all you have to do is come into the store and play Commander. We're going to raffle off the set. Whenever you sit down to play a new game, go up to the counter and say, "Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm playing a game." And then write your name on a ticket, throw it in the fishbowl, and go back and play your game. So if you hang out in the store and play 40 games, you get 40 chances to win an entire
whole set.
Yes. We're also going to be doing a midnight release. More details on that next week. And we'll have on-demand Commander Chaos Pods, which we will give you full details on next week.
Awesome.
Yeah, next week's going to
be a big
all
weekend.
About Commander
It
2017 and Eternal Festival.
It's going to be
crazy. Speaking of big events that are upcoming.
Yes, we have the yearly Zombie Walk coming up. We have a tentative date. I can't say it right now. We're still working with City of Morgantown on getting some paperwork in place, but it will be in October, some Saturday. Oh, my pen. That. Now it's gone forever.
Good.
Got another one. Zombie Walk is going to be a Saturday in October. We don't have the specific date.
Expect more details on upcoming episodes.
Yep.
All right, moving on to this week in Star Wars. There's nothing big coming out for Star Wars this week, so we wanted to retouch on an older topic. I have been listening to Star Wars Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad. See that beautiful?
Ooh,
yeah,
that's nice.
I'm an Audible junkie. Literally, like if you there's statistics on Audible where you can look up the number of hours you've listened to.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to throw up every time.
All that time.
Yeah,
you could have solved like world hunger with all that.
I just finished Roots in like a disgustingly small amount of time. Anyways, so Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad. In the first chapter, it is about 75 times better than the first Battlefront book.
Really?
Yeah. They don't have anything to do with each other.
Yeah.
They're just two different books associated with the two different games. The first one was about the Twilight Company, which is a rebel faction.
Right. And
it was a little slow. This one is about Inferno Squad, which is an Imperial faction of the ISB, the Imperial Security Bureau.
Right.
And in the first chapter is the main character, who was one of the TIE pilots at the Battle of Yavin, and her surviving the Death Star.
Ooh.
And like from the first chapter, it's amazing.
How could a TIE fighter survive the Death Star blowing
She was
up?
chasing two Y-wings that were retreating back to Yavin, so she was flying away from the Death Star, chasing those Y-wings, and she was actually in Yavin orbit. But as you know, TIE fighters have no shields.
Yeah.
So when the Death Star exploded, she had to dodge all of that debris.
That's kind of cool.
And then she crash landed on Yavin, and then she had had to crawl through the jungle and get to the rebel base and steal
Holy
shit.
Cow.
It's pretty crazy. And,
wow.
And then she goes to form this squad called Inferno Squad, which is an ISB squad, which is intelligence, who investigates other Imperials and dives into rebel cells. It's a really cool book. I'm only halfway through it, thoroughly enjoying it. I'll give you guys a better review when I'm done, but right now I highly recommend it.
Want to hear something that'll make you mad? Speaking of Star Wars,
yes,
I have just recently started watching Clone Wars. I know. I'm like the worst Star Wars fan ever.
Clone Wars is great.
Oh, it's amazing. It really is. I
so,
feel like I've missed the whole boat, but it's awesome.
This is what I always say about Clone Wars: is the only people who have really bad things to say about it are the people who haven't sat down and watched it.
Yeah,
it's really wonderful. So similarly, my daughter and I just started watching Star Wars Rebels a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. All right, so the rant that I was hinting at earlier. In Star Wars Rebels, the main character has to infiltrate an Imperial Academy, and he goes through some stormtrooper training.
This is Ezra?
Yeah, Ezra Bridger. So he does some stormtrooper training.
Right.
They put them at the bottom of a pit, and the walls are cube tiles that come out at random intervals, and they have to jump up and leap to get out of the pit. And then a second stage is those tiles all have targets, and they have to shoot the target and leap from thing to thing. I'm like, so if
they all die.
No, they all get out. But if this is how stormtroopers are trained, I don't feel like this is an accurate depiction of stormtrooper training. But
probably not.
Probably not. All right, moving on to this week in movies. It's not a lot of big movies coming out this week. So
Emoji Movie came out.
Actually, the Emoji Movie came out 3 weeks ago.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did anybody care?
My daughter wanted to go, and I said, "We'll go see Spider-Man again."
That's the appropriate response.
I'm not voting with my dollars for the Emoji Movie. So we're gonna
made $5 million last week. From who? Who's seeing this? Twitter? Is it you? Sorry.
So we had an excellent suggestion from our producer Alex, who's on Slow Movie Weeks. We could do Throwback Tuesdays.
I like that.
Where we pick a genre or a time period and talk about our favorite movie. And this week we've started with our two favorite things, sci-fi and the 80s. Yeah. What's your favorite sci-fi movie from the 80s that's not Star Wars? Oh, I know.
It would have to be Back to the Future. I love that. I sat in a movie theater for a month straight watching that movie.
Back to the Future is probably what I might say as well. I do have to ask, does Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade count?
Yeah.
Because that
was a good sci-fi movie.
I might rank that a little higher.
No. We're getting a veto from the judge. That is not sci-fi. How would you categorize it?
It's an adventure, an action adventure.
Yeah, but there are definitely sci-fi things that happen in Indiana Jones that are not explainable by logic and fact. then again, I also
Yeah.
know that we're encroaching on a territory that maybe we shouldn't go into.
Yeah.
So let's Back to the Future. Yes.
Let's go Back to the Future.
You go, Marty. Man, we about got heavy there,
Yeah,
Doc.
we did.
Horseman
Has
of the
nothing to do with
Week.
it.
Horseman of the Week. This is our first instance of a recurring Horseman of the Week. And even though we've already had this young man as one of our Horsemen of the Week, there's no way that we couldn't recognize the accomplishment. So Kazu Negri just took down Star City Games Open in Richmond this past weekend, which had close to 1,000 people
Like
in
a
it.
million. There was like a million people at this.
So 9 rounds of competition on day 1, 6 rounds of competition on day 2 to qualify to a cut to top 8.
Good Lord.
And he began day 1 with a record of 1-2, which means in the first 3 rounds he got 2 losses and then went undefeated the rest of the weekend.
Wow.
And the most impressive part about that is so many people go to these large events and they get 2-3 losses and they mentally defeat themselves.
Yep, they wash out.
But you just you have to keep telling yourself, until I'm out,
I'm out.
I'm not out.
Right.
Yeah. So really impressed. This is your first big win. It's been
Congrats.
a long time coming. Awesome job.
Fantastic. How many people do you think are running his deck right now?
All of them.
Yeah, I would think that the internet is ablaze with that deck.
I think we're sold out of all of those cards.
They're all gone. Sorry.
All right, moving on to the 4 Horsemen mailbag. We have a user submitted question anonymously.
Ooh.
If you could make any franchise into a film series, what would it be? And of course, this is something that has not yet had a film, or maybe even reboot something that had a film series, but you wanted it redone.
So nothing. So if it's already, what about like a TV show that I'd like to see a movie made of?
Yeah, of course.
All right. I have always. I'm gonna get so many weird looks from this. Greatest American Hero. Have you ever seen that movie or that TV show?
No.
It's fantastic.
What is it? I don't know what it is.
So imagine if regular Joe has an interaction with aliens. Aliens drop off this suit that will give this person
You mean
superpowers.
like Randy Quaid from Independence Day?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
He gets a super suit, but he loses the instructions. So he has to figure out how to make the suit work, all the while solving crime. He can't fly. He can do everything. He has these amazing powers, but he doesn't know how to make the suit work. It's a great show, and I'd love to see a movie made of it. You're judging me so hard right now. I can just feel it coming off you.
I've never seen the show.
Really? Google
No.
it, kids. It's gonna be my new phrase. Google it, kids. Don't Google it now. What would you want to say?
I didn't think about this at all.
I didn't either.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna just I would like for an X-Men film series
There's already an X-Men
done by
film
Marvel
series.
Studios.
Isn't that who did these?
No.
Who did the X-Men films?
Fox.
Oh, okay.
There's
yeah.
no way you didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah,
We got a sale this week.
I think we do.
I feel like by the point in the show where we get to the sale, I'm so
You're
exasperated.
so done.
I'm just like,
So done with me.
so what's
You
tell
come
the
back
people-
every week.
What's the sale?
What's wrong with you? All right, the sale we had last week went over so well. We're going to do it again, but this time we're going to expand it. Not only are we going to do 20% off if you have a WVU ID or a Fairmont State ID, if you're in any school, if you're in high school, if you're in community college, university, whatever, show us your ID. You're getting 20% off anything and everything in sort, except for sealed TCG product like Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Just mention the show at the counter.
Yep, that's us.
All right, moving in to the closing.
Do we have a closing?
We do have a closing, and also, like we has a closing, we has the social medias.
We has
Yes.
all the socials.
We has all of them, and we're gonna have some lolcats come into the
No
booth and
lolcats.
tell you about it. Maybe we'll do.
We
that
need
next
emojis.
week.
We need emojis for the emoji movies.
All right, so we do have a Facebook page, and we'd appreciate it if you'd give us a like at facebook.com/4horsemencomics. Please follow us on Instagram at 4horsemencomics. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/c/4horsemencomicsgaming. Follow us on Twitter at the number 4horsemencomics, and watch all of our Twitch content at twitch.tv/4horsemencomics, and of course check out our TCG inventory at shop.4horsemencomics.com. And that's a wrap. Issue 26 has hit the press.
That's right. That's it.
Hey, we didn't screw it up that time.
Yeah, we did. A lot.